Hello and welcome back to FACEIT TV. It is eLevate versus Cloud9 here. As you can see, we are into the knife round. We've sent threats onto a little holiday destination, Kiev. I'm sure you'll see more about that on the internet soon. But for now, it's going to be eLevate Cloud9 and we're going to be riding solo. It's been a while since I did a solo cast, but I actually look forward to these in some kind of weird, perverse way. So, eLevate starting on the T side. I don't think it makes a really big deal which side you start on Dust 2. Just whatever takes a preference on the day, or maybe you got a set plan, who knows. So, we have Akis again for eLevate, as Rush is otherwise occupied. Full lineup here for Cloud9. And again, not sure if Professor Chaos is a permanent member or not, judging by the lack of logo. As we know how people like their logos. I would say not necessarily permanent. eLevate going to have 4 people over towards the B bomb site. Early peeking on short by Cloud9. Going for that information play straight away. 2 people in mid. Skadoodle will go down. I think nothing was meant to be a trade frag. Or should it be required? Flash coming in, but he will find a frag into the trade again. Professor Chaos running all the way up and not seeing Sean Gares there. That's Flash. Oh, the money being made by Sean Grills right now. 2 versus 1. 1 versus 1. Storm is the only man left, and he's going to get the plant for his teammate. And indeed, I'm wondering as well, Roca, what the hell just happened on this map? Storm versus Shroud. Shroud will find the frag and get the defuse. So, it's a good start by Cloud9. That was a massacre. I'm not sure what else to say. That was absolute madness. Shroud playing the Terminator theme tune. That was somewhat bizarre outside B slope, I must say. Insanity ensued. Cloud9 still flying. So, eLevate going to go for the force here. We've got the AKs coming out in the second round despite losing the round. That's going to be the benefit of the plant. AKs and armor on Akis and Roca. They don't want any economy on Cloud9. This is going to be a nasty surprise, or it could be. Who knows if Cloud9 can weather the storm. They have a scout. 2 MP7s, an M4 and a FAMAS. Those 2 last weapons will be very important going forward here. You can see Xp3 going for an information play up short while the rest of the team hang out around B. Looking to see what they can get done. In the meantime, Cloud9 with 2 towards B and 3 biding their time over towards A. We've got Sean on the rotation in CT spawn. So the AKs have announced themselves, combining to take out the first player. Nothing. They have to check this corner. Otherwise, nothing could savage all of them. But they are going to be very careful. Xp3 coming in for the flank down. That's going to afford him a scout. So, Cloud9 being torn apart right now. Like eLevate's name is Drogon. Only Shroud remaining. He has lots of toys, but only an MP7. So I think he's going to play for exits here. Is he going to peek? He doesn't really have the range with the MP7 unless he's expecting people to be tagged. We do have 2-3 tagged players here. He's going to have a little poke and just get the hell out of dodge. The Karambit marble fade. I think the older Karambits are better. Okay, so he will live to fight another day, or he should. We've got Roca coming in, but he's not going to get a bit too crazy. Again, he is carrying an AK as well, so he doesn't want to drop that to somebody like Shroud. So, Cloud9, after a crazy pistol, will lose the second round. And again, eLevate are a team who are known for their aggression, both as individuals and as a team. Aggression in the game, of course. They're not crazy, or maybe they are, and I don't know them that well. Let me know if eLevate players are crazy. Meanwhile, there will be next to nothing bought, just a few people to for Cloud9. Professor Chaos going to charge in with the M4. Take a lot of hit points, but he will survive. Skadoodle close, no cigar however. Only fREAKAZOiD and Shroud remaining straight into the face. So, a nice clean up for eLevate, and yeah, this is... I like the AK play actually. It's pretty interesting, and also it helps keep Skadoodle off the AWP. So we'll see the final eco here for Cloud9. Sean Grills and Nothing going to have the double nades here. Now there are a few different ways they can use them. If they have if mid doors get smoked, they can try and throw them up onto short. They can try to throw them up onto short from a site, obviously into a different part of short. Or they could go for a timing towards B. We have to see. The nades have been used already, and indeed they're going to be going towards B, but have they done enough damage? It's a nice plan, actually. I quite like the idea. They've got nothing on the car running distraction. Skadoodle running out of bullets, but they've killed 3 players now. Only Roca and Storm remaining, and there are too many directions for them to try and cover. I like that plan from Cloud9. It's going to afford them 2-3 rifles. Going to get rid of the scout, pick up an AK, an M4, and a FAMAS. So now things are getting a bit crazy. So now that's the kind of eco buy that I like to see, where they have a specific plan in mind. We mentioned the different possibilities for the double nade. They put them towards B. They didn't do as much damage as they could have, but it was still enough damage combined with the positioning of the CT players, running distraction, making eLevate have to face various places. Bedlam, anarchy ensued, and they find themselves at 2-2. eLevate will afford themselves a full buy, of course. We've got AWPs on both sides now. 4 AKs for eLevate, and a mixture. That FAMAS being picked up from the previous round will continue here with nothing. Full helmets on the Cloud9 side. Maybe being unsure as to what the economy might be like for eLevate, although the way things have gone, cannot blame them. So, 2 eLevate players onto short, 2 onto long. Looks like a 2-pronged assault. You can see Storm's position in lower tunnel. He may try and stay in this area and stop rotations from the players towards B. He's going to top mid now. He can do the same from there as well. Or will he join them for the push on long? It's going to be down to Shroud to try and hold this down for his team. Flash coming in, but he's going to get shot straight in the head. He'll only see Akis down to Skadoodle now on the slope to try and hold things down here, but the trade will come in from Roca. Now the rotation's coming in mid. You can see 3 players for Cloud9. And again, Storm could have stayed in that position to try and stop this rotation, but he chose to push long instead with the rest of his team. The bomb plant goes down. And nothing has a smoke, so they could try and go for a ninja defuse here, but there's still a player on the slope. He's made himself known, and that smoke won't be enough for them to do that. 3 versus 2 now. eLevate with a numbers disadvantage, and there's still a reasonable amount of time for Cloud9 to get some frags here. eLevate have no choice but to continue peeking, and now Xp3 is going to be pushed, and he's going to lose. Nothing with the kit will defuse the bomb, and that is a nice retake by Cloud9. And again, if eLevate had that player top mid, then they could have really crushed or severely hurt the rotation there from Cloud9. Top mid on the left, if you're a T looking down onto slope just behind the box, you can have an acute angle and see them jumping up, where they more or less have to have their backs turned to you, unless they're specifically looking for you in that position. But eLevate continue with AWP, taking down Skadoodle straight away. That is a great first frag to have. Spread out all over the map are eLevate now. They may be expecting some aggression from Cloud9 with an early disadvantage. Maybe going to try and even things up quickly, but Cloud9 will have 2 over towards long, and they will have sacked control of short for now, although nothing will be keeping an eye on things. And he's picked up Skadoodle's AWP as well. eLevate seem committed now to the full short push, maybe with a late appearance on long from Roca. So another A strat coming out. I think we've got nades from short onto long, in fact. It's hard to tell. I don't know if those were flashes or what, but the long lurker has been taken down. Roca maybe overstepping the mark there. Nothing filling in for Skadoodle. So far, so good. 3 plays left for eLevate. Another one going down. That position is so powerful with an AWP. Only 2 plays left in eLevate are really going to need the plant now. The bomb's gone down. 4 versus 1, and Xp3 is not going to be able to get any more damage done. Dan actually made a video showing the wall of smokes push that NIP do from short onto the site, but it's not about those smokes, it's about the smoke Alu throws that basically smokes off the position that nothing was AWPing from. Although taking down Skadoodle so early, they probably didn't expect that, but it completely crushed around for them, and now they find themselves on the eco. If they got the bomb plot down at least, and maybe they can continue the pressure onto Cloud9, but that was not the case. And Cloud9 will have double AWPs going into this round. Nothing going to continue. He's on a roll here. Only pistols for the eLevate side, but it's going to be Roca to take the first frag onto Shroud. The bomb's rotating away from the B tunnel onto A, and the Xp3 is in a really advanced position despite what's going on at long here. Roca trying to hide as much of his body as he can, but it's not really a blind spot there, so it's not going to work out for him. The short plant could be possible here, but he's going to go for the safe plant, Professor Chaos, while his teammate tries to run distraction. Professor Chaos has got armor, but worst case scenario here is get the bomb plant. Anything after that will be a bonus. They've got 2 frags in the bag as well. Didn't manage to cost Cloud9 an AWP, but significant damage has been done, and they have themselves the bomb plant in a round where they had very limited equipment. So That's not a bad eco there by eLevate. Cloud9 extend their lead to 3 rounds as we go into round 8. Into the buy from Cloud9. The rifles getting it back into the game. Skadoodle just filling up his inventory of nades. You can see Xp3 only affording one. Just a flash. And he will have nothing in his pockets but knives and lint. So this time eLevate putting numbers towards long, looking for an early take here. There are 2 people, however, for Cloud9. Flash is coming in, and they will bring the third after losing 1 player. And eLevate being wiped out. They've just had their heart ripped out from them. It's like a Mortal Kombat fatality right now on Dust 2. Only Xp3 and Storm. Xp3's position on long, how much will it pay off for them? They do not have control of the bomb. And Cloud9 know what they do and do not have control of. Hence, the peek from the pit now. So, who is going to win this? Xp3. Oh, that body might block his vision of the CT there. Or Skadoodle might. I don't think he can see it either because he's being blocked. That is very awkward stuff indeed. Storm going to have a look and get crushed by nothing. Straight in the head through the door. Consolation frag from Xp3. And he has a battle versus the rifle. Coming out with a pistol. Not going to win the duel. Another round in the bag for Cloud9. Again, the 2 AWPs surviving, which is crucial to the economy. Now, nothing needs to drop for his teammates because he's got $15,000 in the bank here. Now, see, this is them not really paying attention. Shroud's bought his own stuff, and he's bought down to $600. Although, I don't think he bought a rifle, so there's probably nothing they could do about that in that particular situation. Well, never mind. Nothing will be the bank for Cloud9 going forward. Should they need to buy any toys, any Manolo shoes, or other luxury items. eLevate back on the AWP. We've got Professor Chaos on the Gillo. You can see the nades continue to be lacking for eLevate here. They don't want to give Cloud9 the opportunity to run away with more rounds for free. Again, they are a team who are aggressive. Nothing. Throwing a flash for his teammate there. Not really going to work out. Xp3 going to take them both down. Chaos will be traded, but that is a significant advantage for eLevate. But no man's land, they're blind. The bomb is in no man's land now as well. 3 versus 3, but who's going to win these crazy duels? Pushing through the smoke. Roca's going to be the one to win. But it's Skadoodle left, and we know what he can do for Cloud9 when he's the last man standing. The bomb, fortunately for eLevate, gets through the window in time. Now, what are the options for Skadoodle here? Going to charge straight up through the window. Going to get hit in the face by the grenade before it goes off. And Roca will add the injury to the insult by finishing him off with the AK. Starting to catch up now are eLevate. But again, the bank of nothing is real. Now, this is a situation where, well, fREAKAZoiD bought his own gun, but if nothing buys him a gun, then they're pretty much in the same situation anyway. So it's actually irrelevant. Skadoodle is OP. Just note, he should be banned in like 23 states for shots like that. That's absolutely disgusting. 6-3 now for Cloud9 versus eLevate. We've got 3 players for eLevate towards the B bomb site. Although it's quite often you can see teams have an early presence towards B on the T side, but not necessarily go for a push here. They can go down to lower tunnel. But looking at eLevate, they lost the man early. They have no one outside of B tunnel now. They have no vision on the map, no map control whatsoever. They won't be expecting necessarily a push here from Cloud9 across the map, but you never know. Sometimes people can just turn it on when they feel like it. Just ask Virtus.pro. They're going to try and walk through the smoke, and that will give Cloud9 all the information they need. Team kills coming in while people are standing in the fire. Looking really awkward here for eLevate. And they will find themselves on the eco. The money train, the gravy train, if you will, has run out. No Sunday roast for eLevate. 4-round advantage for Cloud9. Their money's been up and down, but mostly up. Gonna go with the single AWP now. Just on Skadoodle. Nothing having a peek there. See if anyone's facing, but there's not that a lot happening. That boost is pretty nice. He's going to tag Xp3 through Storm as well. And Cloud9 looking like a well-oiled machine. Not much to say on this anti-eco here. Sean Grills has been heavily tagged, but other than that, it's a formality at the moment. Roca's yet to be found, and he's going to do what he can. He hasn't got the bomb. We've seen Skadoodle as well. And he's going to get the taps in time. Can he get a gun? Look at the change in formation from Cloud9. They're lining up similar to how Vox did that one time, where they faced with 4 people. And that will be that for Roca. the deficit extends to 8. And the money's still in a weird position for eLevate. No plant there. You can see Xp3 and Chaos with 3,400 each in the bank. They're going to opt for the force. They don't want Cloud9 to extend their lead any further than it already has. So there's that flash. You also see the same flash thrown by Hellraisers when they go for long takes. Some people do it in reaction, rather than do it as an entry too long. They do it in reaction to flashes and pushes coming in from T. So they'll just hold the smoke and throw it if the CTs need it as a counter flash, as opposed to an entry flash, if that's even a term. Significant mid presence here from eLevate. They're going to go through the double doors, but Cloud9 again getting the first frag here. Counter flash is going to force them away, going to slow things down. fREAKAZOiD falling to roca though. 4 versus 4. Xp3 keeping an angle on short for the time being, but they're moving quickly, and Skadoodle will hear them from that position, although he is in a position where he could get traded. But he's seeing these telegraph nades, and he's avoiding all the flashes, and Shroud coming in with a massive flank potentially. If he times this well, then they may get nowhere near the site. There's the first spray down. The bomb's still being carried though, but now they're stuck. Do they face short? Do they face long? The bomb is down. Shroud's done the work here. 3 versus 2. And this round is looking like a shutout unless Akis gets some insane clutch going. But it's not going to be easy, especially with Skadoodle on the prowl. Nothing gets taken down, pushing through the smoke. We've got another weird boost coming in from Cloud9. This is an interesting one. And this may be unexpected. Ooh, this Molotov, though. It's not going to go in the right direction. It's kind of glitched as well. He's seen the head, double face. Skadoodle going to finish him off. It was an expensive round for Cloud9. Let's keep an eye on their economy going forward. Oh, they'll be fine. Nothing still sitting on $1,400. Well, eLevate continues to be... They've had a lot of rounds where their money's been very, very ropey. And it's kind of been on the borderline of save or force, and they've gone for the force. This time they have to go for the save, but it's going to be yet another round on the board for Cloud9. And they will be cruising towards the second half here. With their margaritas in their bikinis. Cloud9 bikinis. Coming to store near you. Or mankinis, if you will, but that's not a nice visual. Sean Gares on the auto-sniper here with Skadoodle on the AWP, so things changing up again. This is one of the better maps to have this kind of weaponry against an eco. As you really can brutalize people. Just ask Smiths. He likes himself an auto-sniper on the B-bomb site. And that's where eLevate are headed. But where is Sean Grills? He is in position. But only gets one frag out of that auto-sniper. Nothing coming in to do work. The flank being taken down by fREAKAZOiD. They could get a plant here, eLevate. Storm getting flashed before he can cross the doors. And that may crush. Oh, that is absolutely brutal. What a perfect flash by Cloud9. There is a fair chance that Storm doesn't get a plant here. That would have meant everything to his team, and it will mean nothing. Cruel world we live in where Cloud9 have flashbangs. Let's look at the buy that comes in from eLevate and laments what could have been. Second last round of the first half here. And they've still got a reasonable buyout. Only missing a few nades. But obviously, they're coming for the W. It's almost a 3-man push here from Cloud9 down long. They're going to trade. Again, that flash being used for entry there. And they're going to have 2 people still in position to do something about this. Skadoodle with a nice snap there after being flashed. Going to throw his smoke down to try and help him escape. And the push comes in. Cloud9 know that with the numbers going down on their side, they have to close down the map. Get the engine on the trawler. And bring the net around eLevate, and that's exactly what they will do. Skadoodle, again, he's left on his own and long, and his survival instincts kicks in. Put that smoke down, make sure he can retreat, unless he gets unluckily shot through the smoke. And he comes in at the end to close the round off of Cloud9, 11-3 for eLevate. I think, again, there are some small tweaks that they could have done to some of their executes on the A bomb site, which would have made life easier, but again, hindsight is 20/20. especially when you can see nothing. Picking up an AWP, a bit unexpected. We've got to push into low tunnel here, but for fREAKAZOiD, it's not going to work though. 2 Cloud9 players going down very quickly indeed. Skadoodle getting revenge onto Xp3. That Molotov may slow the push. The bomb has been isolated as well. This is not good for eLevate. They have time on the clock, however. They have control of long. And they will want to pinch these remaining 3 CTs. roca taking down nothing. That's going to be an important going forward. Smoke coming in so they can safely pick up the bomb. But they may be funneled in when they do towards the B bomb site. That smoke will change everything. Now Skadoodle has no idea if they cross towards A or otherwise. And we can see Professor Chaos in suicide at the moment, and the bomb is headed towards T spawn. So it looks like that is exactly the plan here for the eLevate side. You can see roca on the A bomb site as well, keeping things secure so they can get their plant on. 35 seconds remaining. The bomb has crossed over, and Skadoodle, having an inkling, is going to get a sneaky position towards long. Is that a smoke coming in? Indeed it is. Are they going to wait for it? Of course, I highly advise they do. There's a pretty clean smoke. Little gap in there. Flash coming into boot. That will stop Skadoodle for now. But can they stop this machine from retaking the round? Professor Chaos still on long. Nice boost attempt there. Sean's going to leave Skadoodle alone. roca going to snap his cap off. But it's a 7-round deficit for eLevate going into the second half. This pistol round could be devastating for the North American side should Cloud9 win it. We will have to wait and see. Looking at the kills, roca's been on fire today. But then so has the Cloud9 side. You can see the average is fairly good there. Everyone contributing. MVP stars all over the shop. So there may be maybe a minute of discussion here for these teams before this match resumes. So we'll take this moment to remind you to make sure you hit the follow button. Once we get to 600k followers, we're going to be doing 2 Dragon Lore attempts, as you can see there, for subscribers. We're going to be giving away a StatTrak AK-47 Aquamarine Revenge. What is an Aquamarine Revenge anyway? Is it like the goldfish come after you and, you know, reject their food or something? Who knows? But if you're into Aquamarine Revenges, then that could be yours. And we will have an open raffle, so you don't have to be a sub to win, which will be for a bayonet blue steel. Very nice weapons indeed. Aquamarine Revenge. In a world where fish are angry and want to stab you in the face, Aquamarine Revenge, now in StatTrak edition. That was all very dramatic, wasn't it? Alright, so I wonder, I expected Cloud9 to dominate this match actually, purely because eLevate's roster within this match is a turbulent one. Obviously Akis is a sub. Professor Chaos is, I mean, someone, if he's permanent, then please let me know, but as far as I know, he's playing for them for the time being. Maybe it's a trial, but even if he is permanent, obviously he hasn't been there very long. And if you think of it, official map pools, pretty much across the board these days, 7 maps. That's 14 halves you need to learn. 14 halves where he needs to fit into a role, a specific role, within all of those halves. Run drills, do retakes, yada yada yada. So that's why it's important to have stability within teams. Which is why it was so massive when Vox, for example, changed up for a new player. Yam coming in, but Yam fits like a glove. Back to North America, however, and eLevate have it all to do here. Now we've seen an evolution, you might say, of pistol rounds in all regions, really. And we'll see what we have on this one. 3 people down long here for the eLevate side, and again Cloud9 with fast presence in lower tunnel, and they're just going to continue. We've got a conga line going towards the B bomb site here, and it's being led by Shroud. roca, the man who's been fragging so much for his team, getting another one. Professor Chaos coming in as well, but 2 frags straight back from Sean Grills and Skadoodles. 3 versus 3, Cloud9 in control of the bomb site. We're going to see a plant. We're going to see 2 CTs coming in. Is Akis going to check the corner? Skadoodle going for the blind spot, but it's him left blind, shot straight through the eyes. fREAKAZOiD and Sean Gares going to go through. Gotta go forced aggression. What a shot by fREAKAZOiD. Honestly, these new players on Cloud9. Sharp as a butcher's pencil. They'll find the final frag as well. The bait coming in there from Sean Grills. fREAKAZOiD finishing things off. So, that's the round that eLevate could not lose. And they did. But let's not forget what happened in the first pistol round and the round afterwards. It was the opposing force who won. We'll see if eLevate can do the same. 2 scouts coming out. Double scout being somewhat infamous after the recent overpass performance from Cloud9. But more reasonable scene here on the eLevate side. Cloud9 with a presence of 4 people on long and just shroud onto the short area, and he will open things up there. So eLevate going to be stuck with practically no cover around the A site, and they're going to be forced to just get the hell out of there, just run away. Run away from home, write letters with no return address, send decaying flowers and other depressing things over from the B-bomb site, which they will feel like is a country away, but it's close enough for Cloud9 to come and hunt them. fREAKAZOiD going to be the first to go down, but there are many guns coming their way. In Shroud, he won't mind if he loses this MP7. You are surrounded. Oh, roca spotted some enemies, and that's going to be some bonus money for eLevate. And maybe they do survive here. They've done a reasonable amount of damage, and Cloud9 won't want to get too crazy here. Nothing will want to save that Galil. And Skadoodle will like his little pea shooter scouts. Only 3 rounds required here for Cloud9. eLevate are 9 behind. Still with the double scouts in play. Going for a fast short push with Akis, but he's only got a P250 and no armor. So he may be an information man for the team. Professor Chaos in CT spawn. Storm going through and behind Cloud9. That smoke maybe not really working out for them, as there are 2 Cloud9 players down. No rifles picked up for eLevate yet. Professor Chaos picking up that SMG that was down. And here comes the retake. 1 scout, 1 MP7, 2 pistols. Still nades on the Cloud9 team. That nade is going to do... ooh. Akis down to 18 HP. This should be doable for Cloud9. And will eLevate opt to push or opt to contain? P90 coming in and leaving widows everywhere. 14 rounds for Cloud9. Just 2 away now from victory. Cruising towards that 16th round. So the buy comes out for eLevate, and the buy will consist of 2 FAMASs and 3 Silence Them 4s. Only 2 helmets, but irrelevant versus the AKs and the AWP of Cloud9. So, are they going for a rush B? Don't stop, it seems they are. We've got loads of nades coming in. And roca's going to be stuck on the site. Storm coming back through the doors, actually, but not... He's going to take down fREAKAZOiD, in fact. Insta-trade by Skadoodle. roca using the objects to his advantage. More flashes coming in. And he's going to find himself another frag, holding down the site by himself. Only Sean Grills left here for Cloud9, and maybe the grill's been turned off. We're about to find out. He's going to find himself 1 frag. Insta-trade from eLevate. And there is a smidgen of hope for the team with 5 rounds. Picking up the AWP as well. That will save them a little bit of money. I don't think they could have afforded it otherwise. That will mean more nades. Cloud9 got to go for the eco. Some pistol buys. They will try and cause havoc. Shroud going for the deagle, and you couldn't criticize him for it with the kind of aim he has. Inhumane aim. Quick boost into short, gets a frag, gets some information. And 2 CTs will back off. Don't want to get caught with a nade out though. Flash coming in, and that's going to net the 2nd frag for fREAKAZOiD. He's going to pick up a rifle and bring the 3rd. This is absolutely disgusting by fREAKAZOiD. eLevate with a 2-man retake here versus the 3 of Cloud9. Sean Gares going to upgrade his Glock to an AWP as well. Now things are looking really bad for the eLevate side. He's going to have that familiar angle, which is going to make it really hard. They don't even need to peek until Sean fires his gun, and then they can just come out, and eLevate should be screwed. Nothing's actually hiding in a smoke. Not going to pay off this time, but now his team have the info. They're going to go for the smoke diffuse, and that nade is money. Has he got time to do it? fREAKAZOiD finally hits the spot. With a silence M4 as well, he had 14 bullets left, so a reasonable amount. But it's not always easy to find that frag through the smoke, and that's heartbreak for eLevate. That's a lot of match points for Cloud9, 11 at least. eLevate are reduced to a scout with no armor and 4 pistols, a few flashbangs, and that's it. Skadoodle with the opening frag gets tagged down heavily, but again, he only needs to fire 1 shot with that AWP, and that will be curtains. And the curtain call looks nigh as only Storm and roca remain here for eLevate. No kills on the board in this, what should be the final round now for the team. roca needs an ace with the deagle, and they're just going to come and savage him like a pack of wild dogs. 16-5. eLevate absolutely dominated here by Cloud9. So that was our last match of the day. As you can see, Threat, we've pressed the big red button and launched him in a satellite. He's on his way to Kiev with DDK for the StarLadder finals this weekend. But that, again, that's our last match of the evening. We're going to be back with more North America and Europe tomorrow, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And again, you know, eLevate are going through a time where they have a sub on the team because Rush can't play at the moment, and obviously a new player, be it a stand-in or longer term, we'll have to wait and see in Professor Chaos. So it's kind of an expected result, to be honest, considering. But Cloud9 march on with 3 points from that one. So again, we'll be back tomorrow with more European and North American Counter-Strike. And until then, good luck and have fun on the servers.